a special guest, a man that we've had in the studio a number of times now, but arguably ahead of the biggest 4 weeks of his career. Benny Mahoney, mate, thank you so much for taking the time to join us, because I know your next 4 weeks are going to be absolutely packed.
Yeah, it's good to be here. It's always a pleasure sitting with you boys. It's a refreshing change of pace, so it's good. Yeah, it's going to be pretty hectic. I'm looking forward to it.
Is it going to interrupt your sort of normal pre-fight routine a little bit with the extra sort of media attention and things like that?
Nah, it's just a part of the sport, man. And especially when you get these big fights, you got to, I suppose, get in front of the cameras, sell the fight, do all that kind of stuff in your own way. So I'm not opposed to it. I don't mind it. You know, obviously I'm pretty vocal and pretty active on socials and stuff, doing the stuff I want to do, that I feel comfortable doing. So it's all a part of it.
Absolutely. And obviously there's been a big change in your life since your last fight with your becoming a dad now. Has that changed mindset at all? I noticed on socials and stuff, you're always very level-headed, but does it create a little bit more hunger of like, I'm providing for my family, that sort of mindset?
Yeah, for sure. Murphy's the best, man. And it just puts things in perspective. Like, you know, there's so much on your plate prior to having a child, you know, and then I think everyone that's had a child can understand that once you have them, nothing else really matters at all. It's just kind of like to the gym, training, home to bubs and mum, and then back to training, back to home. And I don't want to do anything. I don't care about anything else. I just want to really just provide, focus on my family and do what I need to do in the gym to make sure I get the win.
Absolutely. And I think an exciting part of this fight, obviously when it was announced, and there was a lot of talk before it was announced that it was probably coming, a lot of question marks of where it was going to be. Obviously, you're Gold Coast based, Nikita, and Newcastle, the whole Zoo Castle situation. How big was getting that sign off that this fight's going to be on the Gold Coast in your backyard?
It was sick. It was really good. Like, obviously, the Gold Coast is ideal for me. A lot of people say, oh, you got to get out of your comfort zone and travel. I'm not big for that. I don't really care. You know, to have Em and Murph sleep at home in their bed the night before, to be able to cook my own food and stay local and be in my own space, it's awesome. I would have travelled to bloody America in 12 minutes notice for this fight, just to clarify. But, you know, to have it here is really cool. You know, the convention centre too, that's my favourite venue ever. And I think for the promotion itself, it's probably really smart too, because I think No Limit's a well-oiled machine. Nikita's going to sell fights regardless. But to tap into my market here, they know I'm going to sell very well here. They know I reckon there's going to be a sellout venue for sure.
Absolutely.
Easily.
If there's a lot of domestic, like local fighters from Queensland on the undercard, they're going to save a bucket, you know, flights and accommodations for team and stuff being here too. So I think it's a great decision from them for their business model as well. And I think it's a great thing for the fight itself, because I think it's going to be a packed house and there's going to be some sick noise in there.
Absolutely.
How are you feeling? Because like you just said, how you're grounded, you got your child, and I can empathise with that. I had a child a couple of years ago, and I agree with everything you say. But it's such a huge fight. Are you feeling the pressure, or is it just taking it in your stride? You've got an unblemished record. You're a great fighter, but this is it's another level, isn't it?
Yeah. Look, there's always pressure, because every fight is do or die kind of thing. Especially at this point, you know, this is an IBF eliminator, so you win this, you go for the ultimate goal of a world title, you know, is the biggest level you can get to. But I've been doing this for a really long time. I've had losses in different sports. I've been in big stadiums. You know, they were talking about it on the press the other day about, like, you know, have you been at this level? And, you know, I just fought on Opetai's undercards the last 3 fights at the same venue that were all sellouts. I've been on this.
Hopefully the lights stay on this time.
You know, I fought at Suncorp with 25,000. I've done shit that a lot of these guys wouldn't do as professional boxers in my Muay Thai career. I was so rogue. So, like, I'm not fazed by the pressure of the fight. I genuinely am not scared of a man on this earth at my weight division. Like, it doesn't faze me. If they're in my way and they're in the way of the goal, then it does not faze me at all. The pressure, I suppose, is making sure I get the win and getting forward, because we're so close now. But I mean, the last 17 years of my life has just been busting my ass. I feel like to get to this point is where the pressure was. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
now I'm at this point. Like, I can say I am who I am because of, I suppose, my resume, and because of I am. The facts are there, and I'm excited to be working up towards this level. And, you know, I feel like all I need to do is just train hard like I always do and be present, and the outcome will be what the outcome will be.
Well, I guess once you're in there, you're not going to see anything other than Nikita in the ring, as you said on your press conference on Wednesday night. But is it hard not to think about the bigger picture with this one, and like potentially the doors that are going to open and things like that?
course. As you always think, if I win this, I get this, and you just got to stay present though, man, because there's a good, hungry dude in front of me that's going to try and kill me on the night because he's got a young family too. He's got that goal ahead of him as well. I know he hasn't been through what I've been through, and I know that where I've been and where I'm going is cemented. So for me, I just got to, like I said, I've got to stay present, stay in the gym, stay training. I know if I prepare correctly, I beat this guy.
Absolutely.
Very respectful you two the other night as well. Like he clearly has a lot of respect for you and what you can bring to the ring and vice versa. But I think obviously you presented yourself really well, very articulate as you've always have been. He seemed a little bit distracted. He was, fiddling with things on the desk and stuff. Do you read anything into that?
Nah, man. That's just him. He's quirky. I think they do that to sell. Like, everyone's got their image, and I think that they play into that. Of course, all the antics and stuff. It doesn't really faze me. I'll be unapologetically myself as he is him. It's nice to have like a change of pace with a bit of respectfulness. I think it goes a long way with the public too. When you start to act like a bit of a clown, like a lot of these guys do, you fall apart very quickly when you get in there because people realise that that's not you in a click of a fingers. So, I just speak my part and he speaks his part and let the two identities be themselves. That's why I love like the UFC press conferences and stuff. Like you got like a big table and there's like 15 different dudes up there, and every single one of them, whether it's Paddy, McGregor, like Ferguson, it doesn't matter. They've all got such different big personalities, and they all mash so well, and you love them for them. I feel like with domestic fights these days, like everyone's trying to be this fucking person where they're just like, I'm trying to be this cool, like Americanized. I'm talking my shit. Like, just be yourself, man, and people will gravitate towards you for that reason,
Absolutely. And then, as you mentioned, this is a world title eliminator. Josh Kelly is there, for one of the two of you. And obviously, as you know, everyone in this room is very much Mahoney Army members. There was a point in your time through outside things that had nothing to do with you, and then a run-in you had with some stairs in Bali and all kinds of things. Was there a point where you were like, this might not happen? Like,
Nah, not at all. I've been doing this my whole life, man. Like, I literally don't know anything else. I don't want to know anything else until I need to. Since I was a kid, I've been doing this day in, day out. Fighting and training is just a part of my life, and where we are now is just a byproduct of what I've been doing all this time. There was obviously times where you start to think like, shit, I need to try and look at other avenues, whether it's back to Muay Thai, whether it's back to kickboxing, whether it's, do I need to shift course? But
I tried to hire you to work here.
But the concept of like leaving the sport when I know I can do this, that part of it never really crossed my mind, man.
You're an amazing body puncher. Have you got like obviously you've got a plan, but are you going to try and knock Nikita out, or do you think it's going to be outboxing? Is there a strategy, is a plan there?
I think obviously I'm heavily reliant on my boxing because I can figure these dudes out. I know I hit hard enough to hurt people. And depending,
Hi, Benjamin Hussein.
Yeah, don't mention that fucking dude. But then, as far as like ability goes, I know I just got to be present and do my thing, and the right opportunities will come. Whether it's a knockout, whether it's a point. So I know that. They talk about being on the Gold Coast is your advantage. It's not. It's a no-limit show and it's a zoo. Like, he's got the advantage, and not one person in the world can tell anyone otherwise. Yeah. So obviously, I would love to get him out because then that takes away all the bullshit, all the politics. I got stitched up, with Cohen when I fought him.
Absolutely.
And now we're fighting Nikita Tszyu. It's not going to be one of them things. If it's a close fight, they're not going to give me the nod. So I'm looking to put on a demolition, and I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our fantastic co-host over here had a similar incident just a few weeks ago where he stepped in the ring for his debut fight.
Yeah, that's right. I ran into you at the Fight Academy a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, and unfortunately walked out also with a draw that everyone is very, very confused about. Maybe some words from the ref in the early stages telling Mr. Brooks here to calm down a little bit because they needed to go 3 rounds.
I think you're doing well if the ref comes to you and says, just calm down.
It's
a no-limit show. You can't.
I guess my question for you is some tips for James if he wants to continue what is clearly undefeated, illustrious career here. Like, how do you come back from that?
Just prove a point in the next one. That's all you can do. Yeah.
Ignore the ref.
Do whatever until warned, I think.
The other thing, as Brooksy just mentioned, you're part of a gym that we're and a group that we are very, very proud to be associated with as well, with Nick Atkins and Josh and the whole team there at the Fight Academy. How great has that new facility been for you over the last sort of 12 months or so?
It's been massive. Like, that new setup's so good. Like, the way the setup is, it's big open space. I feel like the Muay Thai and the boxing are one big community now, as opposed to the other gym. It was kind of like it had the 3 different rooms, so it feels very wholesome. Nick and the boys, like, during even that last fight, Josh had to go away because Justice was fighting over in the States. So that fight with Dan, I didn't have a coach for 3 or 4 weeks for that fight until my coach came back the last couple of days, and it was just an absolute shit show. So, but all the boys at the gym really rallied together, whether it was for pads or for help or for anything that I needed, and that were really there. And I felt the love and I felt the support. So I feel very grateful to have those boys. Obviously, Fight HQ with Nick looking after me as well. Very fortunate too. So yeah, I feel very, very appreciative for the circle and that crew.
Absolutely, and so are we. Just
absolutely.
Put that out there. We're very proud to be sponsored by Fight HQ and the Fight Academy. They're incredible people,
bloody legends.
So we're 4 weeks out from, obviously we talk a fair bit. I know nothing changes for you, whether this is Nikita Tszyu, Josh Kelly, Dan Hill, or you happen to be fighting Cleggy. You maintain such a level-headedness. But there has to be, obviously, there's so much talk about this fight. People like Danny Green coming out and saying, like, you should be the favourite in this fight. You've got so many eyes on Australian boxing. Another friend of the show, obviously, Liam Paro, picking up that 2-weight class world title win, a month ago at this point. None of that is able to seep through the...
Nah, man, honestly, I really just stay in my lane. I support the guys that support me and the good people like Paro and stuff. Like, there's some good lads in the sport. But no, nothing really phases me, man. I'm very much in my bubble. I like to almost not be a part of the sport, but be a part of the sport, if that makes sense. I love to fight and I love to get what I need out of it, but I'm not fully submerged like a lot of other people. A lot of people live, breathe, and sleep it. Whereas, we
had Joel Camilleri on the show just recently.
Yeah, so I heard. But I live for this. But at the same time, I'm as far as the pressure and stuff, I just really focus on myself and my people.
Absolutely. Fight tickets are available through the No Limit website, August 28th, 26th.
Do you have a link on your Insta or anything for fight tickets?
I don't. It's through Ticketmaster though.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it's all out and about now.
Yeah, so what does the next 4 weeks look like?
Mate, just training my tush off.
Yeah. Starving?
Yeah. No. I've come down this one. I'm trying to, every lesson I've ever learnt throughout my whole career, I'm trying to apply this one.
There's been some rough weight classes.
There has. Sometimes, some fights you can get away with doing this or doing that, or cutting corners with training, but like, you use all the lessons you've learnt in all your different fights, whereas this one I'm just trying to do everything I've done right ever now. So I'm coming down with my weight. I feel pretty good. I'm nice and light and lean already, so I don't think the weight cut will be that hard.
You don't have to live in the sauna for the next 3 weeks.
No, I'm good, man. I'm really, I've been, before, because this fight was signed, a month ago, so I've been prepping for a little while already. So, just training, head down, focusing on executing what we're practicing, I guess.
Fantastic, mate. Well, I mean, we are so excited, as I know the rest of the country is, and if nothing else, I'm excited for the rest of the country and the world to know a little bit more about Benny Mahoney, because I think your average punter knows Nikita Tszyu, knows Tim Tszyu, and probably not too much outside of that. But I think everyone's going to learn a little bit more about Australian boxing after this, and I'm very excited for it.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the love. Appreciate you guys getting me on, and it's always a pleasure.
No, thanks for coming all the way. But it's, especially this, so close to the fight. It's great to have you.
Sick. Thank you, boys.